What is up this Sunday? Oh man, the sun is coming through pretty good. Mm, 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 mm. Whew, hope everybody's doing good today. I am supposed to be working on some client work right now. I actually had to take a break. I had to take a break. Holy cow, I had too many things on my mind I wanted to share. Nader, what is up? Hopefully I said that right. All right, so I am here on YouTube, here on IG. If you are on IG, can you hear me? Just let me know that you can hear me. I do have this other mic hooked up, so I get rid of the echo from in the room. This mic is should be doing the job here. Hold on, I got to hit my settings. I just realized that is no, that's right. We are good. We are good. So let me get my headset going here. I should be good there. Man, okay. Part here. All right. How's everybody doing today? One Tap, Samurai, what's up? Laser Life, Texas, what's up? Or TX, what's up? Howdy, howdy. Man, I hope y'all having a good day. I am over here taking a little bit of a break. That made a huge difference because I need to plug it into the mic, not the Mac, so I can actually hear my audio level here. But everything is going well here. I'm actually was sitting here working on some client work, download new software to do some back end stuff with sound design. So all of this stuff is pretty fun and unique. I'm 5 years in to doing content creation and really just a few months into like really delving into um, the specifics of post production for like podcasts. And there's a lot that I'm having to learn about podcast. That's a whole different lane. Although making content for any platform, whether it's here on YouTube, IG, TikTok, whether that's for Spotify or any of the other places that you're going to use video for podcast, all of it is still the same premise, but there's so many different tools and things out there. So I feel like I'm playing catch up from a couple of years ago because I just sat here and realized I don't know exactly what made me look through it. I took a break from working on the content and was I think I was on YouTube looking at analytics, and I saw a couple of my after movies and was like, man, I've got to I've got to rethink a couple of things because life happened. And yeah, I'll talk about that in just a moment. I've had my podcast 2.5 years now. I use StreamYard. Yes, I'm using StreamYard right now. That's streaming my my YouTube. Actually, I'm gonna pop this over on. Let me see. Can I? Let me add. Let me add Facebook too. I may as well. May as well put this on Facebook. Why not? But yeah, I've been using StreamYard for a few years now, and it works pretty well. Works pretty well. I like how it broadcasts to multiple platforms, so that's actually pretty good. As far as podcasts, it's been about almost a year. I want to say once we get into January, February, that would make a year for me doing podcasts. And there's a couple of different shows I'm working on now, and then of course my other brands and things like that. So that is pretty cool and pretty fun and pretty challenging all at the same time. So what I'll say is I was looking at something brought up the me recalling really getting into storytelling, which is how I even started the podcast in the first place. And one of the things that I thought about just now is like, man, I'm really kind of getting back on track with where I was in 2022, summertime 2022, actually spring 2022, my cinematography career just began to take off in terms of opportunities, places that I was going to film, to do work, and just my passion projects. And coming into this year, I had some plans to go to some other major events because in 2022, I went to the first Rick Ross car show, went to Slammed Enough Chicago, planned to go to Slammed Enough Gatlinburg. El Boogie, what's up, bro? Salute. Um, you may as well come on in if you want to, if you got time. Supposed to be going to Slammed Enough Gatlinburg, and there's a few other things that were coming up for this year for 2023, and one of them was Orlando, Beamer Invasion, Orlando, and that had some, some promising things happening there. And what was going on was at 2022 September, I ruptured my patella tendon in my left knee. So it's an injury. It was a prolonged injury that was happening. I had microscopic tears anyway. Slow F87, what's up? Had some microscopic tears in it anyway when I got out of the military. And this is from years of playing professional baseball as well. And this was a Sunday, just hanging with some guys out in Northbrook in Illinois, and routine play ended up going down, had ruptured that tendon, and then I was pretty much down for the rest of the year, season ending injury. So the rest of 2022 and then rolling into 2023, recovery and all sorts of stuff. So a lot of the plans rolling into 2023 had to be put on hold. They had to be put on hold, and I'm now getting to a place where I'm kind of picking that steam back up. I know it now. I know what made me think about it. It was a few things that have happened in the past few weeks, but more importantly, something that happened earlier. I had somebody reach out to me about a wedding. They wanted me to come and do photography. Now, mind you, I do photography just for fun. I don't do that professionally or for work. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'll come do the videography, but we got to get somebody else to do photography. That's not my lane. But yeah, let me say that that's not my lane because I don't want to be messing up such an important day with photography. Again, not that I don't know how to shoot photography, but that's a different, lighting and having all the gear for the things that go into that. Yeah, that's a whole different play, and I am not playing with people's emotions when it comes to their wedding. Because oftentimes, when people are getting getting their plans ready and the money ready for the wedding, a lot of that goes into everything else but capturing the moment. So when you have companies that charge the money that they charge to do these things, they're taking that serious because they're really capturing EV Smoke. What's up, bro? They're really capturing the essence of a magical moment in your life that you don't really think about until after the fact. So when everything is after the fact, you've had your wedding and the family that was there, things that were said, laughter that was had, jokes that were made, toasts that were made, all these different things. You don't think about it until a retrospect when you're looking at footage where we've come in and we've captured the behind the scenes stuff of the bride getting ready and the groom couldn't see, and the groom's getting ready and the bride couldn't see, and the bridesmaid and the groomsmen and the family coming in, and all these different aspects that when you're going through getting ready for a wedding, you're only conscious of what you're having to do, working through your nerves, all of that kind of stuff. So I didn't mean to get on a tangent with that, but those are the things that you don't think about going into your wedding and not realizing the value of having someone like El Boogie and his pops that come in and do photography, do wedding photography and videography. And that value isn't there until after the fact. So with that said, that's why I kind of went on that tangent. And just to say I don't do photography, I wouldn't dare go in there and mess up somebody's special day like that. You ask me for videography, for to create a movie, I'm there. I can do that. That is what I can do. So, and yes, it definitely needs a team, just like El Boogie has highlighted. So the thing was, so when he said that, I started going through my schedule, and I was just letting him know that, man, I can, I can come through and do videography, but when is the wedding? And he told me September 2024, and I'm like, cool. But at the same time, I said, cool, and I just left him a voicemail, and I was just like, hey, bro, real talk, I've got some projects that I'm catching up on. I've got new clients that I've taken on, and I don't know where I'm going to be later in 2024. So let's keep in touch so we see where I am, because I have had huge dreams, and I still have huge dreams, because a lot of those things that were on hold are starting to come back into play. So, like I said, I realized after movies was my thing. Life of a Stoner, what's up? Kudo G37, what's up? All of those things are coming back into play now, and I'm like, what's up, Lefty? I am like, man, I'm glad to kind of getting the momentum going again. But that leads me kind of to a certain stopping point on when life happens. We have to remember that life has happened many, many times for us. We've gotten through that, we've gotten past that. But when we're going through it, oftentimes we're like, holy crap, what is up now? How am I going to get through this now? Because it seems like it's way different, especially when life is catapulting and things are just really taking off, that you feel like you're getting ready to just go to the next, not only the next level, but next few levels, just based on how things are going. And I'm not gonna lie, I just had to trust in God. I had to have faith in the process, that even in that too, there had to be a reason that I needed to slow down. There had to be a reason that I just needed to have that repair done now. I don't know what could happen in the future on a future project, a major project, more major than my own passion projects of going to do these after films and just putting in practice, because that's really what it was. I wasn't getting paid for these particular events. It just was me signing on to be a part of the media team, or to be part of to have a media pass, to have access to these different places. Ray, what's up? El Boogie, what is up? Um, to have access to these places, and that's really what it was. But I was doing the work. I was putting in the man hours, putting in those hours, and paying my dues. So that's really what it was about. And just opportunities and things were just starting to happen. But at the end of the day, who knows, maybe I'm on a huge set. Maybe I have at this time build out my team, and other things are happening, and that would be the wrong time for my knee to go out. So who knows? I'm just gonna take it in stride and go, and just trust that God's got me, and everything that needs to happen will happen. So all I'll say is those things just begin to the clarity begin to come. The clarity begin to come. I can't think of any specific things right now to share. But the clarity, I just say the clarity began to come. Things started making sense about how life has moved for me, or how I have moved through life, and the gifts God has given me, and how they align with the mission and vision. So that was the more beautiful part of it, because I had a moment to just sit, to be still, and go through the healing process, and see and witness even myself overcome something that seemingly, that's one of the worst things that can happen for your knee. MCL, ACL, forget the other CL, that the crucial ligament, the other ligaments, I forget all of them, MCL, ACL, and I forget the other one. But the other things that can happen, those, my understanding, you are able to bounce back pretty quickly within a shorter period of time, other than a patella tendon rupture. So we're talking a year, 8 months, I think they said like 8 months, 9 months to a year. And with the fortunately, having had the experience of playing professional sports and having had the experience of being in the military where you are pushed and you have to have internal fortitude and integrity to push yourself. So I am grateful that I had all of those things that allow for me to push myself and realize the severity of what was on the backside of getting well and being ready if I didn't do the work. Not only could I possibly not be able to walk or really extend my leg or walking with a permanent, very severe limp, but I'm not back to doing the things that I'm doing right this very moment. So that was one of the things, and again, the clarity and things that came from that too. But where I'm at today, I am just like, man, I'm ready to tell stories. Like this is the thing I had been doing. This is the downtime that I had was to study storytelling and really get into that aspect of content creation is using the storytelling. So that's really why I am taking this moment to go live today because I am looking for stories. I am looking for I'm looking for some stories. I'm looking for stories around cars, but it's not just about the car. It is about the story behind the car. It could be something as something like the car was given to you by your father or passed down by your a parent or a loved one, a grandparent, cousin, uncle, something like that, but there was some story in maybe the first time you got in that car or the first thing that happened in the car or where you went and saw this thing, and if it wasn't for doing this thing, that thing didn't happen, connecting the dots. Or maybe it's being inspired or empowered by an event that you went to and you saw them driving this thing or you whatever, and it led to you working hard and really locking in on obtaining that thing, and you were able to do that. Maybe there's a story with that. Maybe you use your vehicle to help somebody out and it led to some other opportunity that leveled you up to some places you had no idea you would be at. So those are the kind of the stories that I am looking for, and I'll talk more about that. I'll start putting that out, especially as I start piecing together my timeline for these different stories. But in 2024, I already have a major project that I'm working on that involves short series films. That is one of them. That is one of those things that I want to add to the repertoire, and that was one that was already had been in the works again with doing the after movies and stuff like that. So if you yourself or a family member, friend, somebody in the car community, that's why I'm doing this right here on Euro Auto Enthusiast, and of course I'll tap into my Facebook fam too. What's up? Uh, if you know somebody that has a story, has one of those type of story or any story that you think they would want to share, or maybe you would want to share, maybe it's something that about them that has inspired you or empowered you. So that's really what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna take an opportunity to take in those stories and sift through some information of them and kind of go from there. But what I want you to do is I'm just going to type it down here. I already have it in the description. So when that pops up, if you don't see that already, you can email me at euroautoenthusiast@gmail.com. And if you have a story, you want to share the story, just let me know there in the subject. I have a story, or I got a story. I think that's what I said to say down there. I got a story, and then I'll send you information to leave me that. So let me put that up here as well. Your auto enthusiast at gmail.com. What is up? I see NOL XVE 517. What is going on? There we go. Just wanted to put the email in there. So yeah, if you've got a story to share, somebody's story that you think someone has a story you think they want to share, just tell me about it, and I'll get back with you on that. But as I said, as I roll through this last quarter of 2023 and get ready for 2024, get the plans and everything for that, I'll let you know. What I will say is the idea for I've got to work out some kinks, but there are some ideas. Some of this will involve different automotive shows that are coming up that I'll have a station set up there as well. So I'll work a few things out. These are things that were in the works from last year that, again, abruptly halted. But as I finish working through this now, I will get more information out to you. But I just wanted to plug that out there today because I didn't want to sit on that too much longer, because I do need to start getting these stories and hearing from you all about them so that I can start processing through some of these ideas. So that's really about it. That's all I've got today for you guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I got to get back to client work and get some stuff done so I can have that ready to present in the next few days. But again, thank you all for stopping by. Share this out to anyone that you think is interested in sharing their story, and any of the motivational nuggets that I shared in the beginning. If you want to share because of that, that will be great too. I often do get on that. I guess that podium and share that, because those things are near and dear to me, because that's just part of the process of life. We can't stay down. We're going to get knocked down, but just can't stay down. You have to understand what it was for, how it propels you forward, and then use that. But not only gatekeep the information, you need to share it. Or excuse me, not only not gatekeeping the information, you need to share it, because other people out there need that information. All right. So you guys, thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. You guys take care. Appreciate you. And as always, keep driving. Salute.